Amid uncertainties, investors will need to focus on their long-term objectives and position for volatility ahead. How will Trump's tariffs alter the investment landscape? On 2nd of April, the US White House revealed a set of tariffs that were significantly more punitive than anticipated. Given the scale of the proposed tariffs, the risk case is that if all of them are implemented and remain throughout 2025, then we could experience a global recession. Our base case, however, is that we are more likely to see some reciprocal tariffs rolled back, and in this scenario, we expect 2 quarters of stagflation instead of the worst case of recession. In fixed income, we see the 10-year US Treasury yield staying under pressure over the next few months due to recession fears, and rising odds of more than one rate cut from the Fed should the US unemployment rate rise quickly from 4.1% currently. This underpins our neutral view on duration, and we have brought our underweight positions in US Treasuries and DMIG bonds to neutral. We also see a stagflationary environment to be challenging for credit spreads, which have not sufficiently priced in growth headwinds, especially as credit spreads remain close to historically tight levels, and we have downgraded EM High Yield and DM High Yield bonds from neutral to underweight. For equities, we now expect weaker corporate earnings and equity multiples, and our 12-month equity index targets are broadly lowered across markets as a result. For US equities, we expect heightened volatility and some near-term downside over the next 3 to 6 months. But we believe that the risk-reward remains sufficiently constructive over a 12-month horizon should trade anxieties ease and Trump's pro-growth policies come into view later in his term. For China, we expect 2025 GDP growth to decline, even as policymakers are expected to announce countermeasures ahead to support growth in response to US tariffs. We are maintaining an overweight position, given that the risk-reward for China and Hong Kong equities on a 12-month view remains broadly supported by long-term fundamentals and valuations in our view. Finally, we continue to favor the outlook for gold as stagflationary pressures fueled by trade uncertainties and concern over the US dollar's reserve status remain potent tailwinds. As a result, we raised our 12-month gold price forecast from $3,100 per ounce to $3,400 per ounce. I am Eli Lee, and this is Bank of Singapore Research.
For more information, please refer to this month's monthly investment guide.